else from you. What else did you want to hear from me, bitch? Do y'all rekindle past relationships? Like, no, not relationships, friendships. Do y'all rekindle past friendships? Because I think that I've come to a place in my age and in my life that I'm not. Let me do my edges and put my thing on. All right, that's better. So, like, do y'all rekindle past friendships? And I mean, like, say this person caused trauma into your life, caused trauma to where as though you don't forget it. You know, it's like certain levels of trauma, but like this trauma, you don't forget. Like, would you rekindle that friendship? And I think that I've come to a place in my life where I choose not to rekindle old friendships. And the thing is, like, this is one friend whom I had that I'm like so, like, I have a soul tie with her. Like, and it's so crazy because I can't shake it. I cannot shake it. And this is random, but I woke up this morning, and I shouldn't have did this, but I did. I woke up this morning and I went to the bathroom. So while I was sitting on the toilet, I had opened up Instagram and I seen that her daughter had a birthday. And, you know, she wrote a sweet message to her daughter, like nothing crazy or whatever. So I read like, oh, Lord. So I read like half of the message. Like, I don't even go through the whole message. And I don't know. I just started to think about her. And I just feel like out of all the friendships that I've had, the ones that had trauma, like one friendship who I had trauma with during my childhood, I let her back into my life and that fucked me over. I'll tell you the story in a little bit. But it's just like do y'all do y'all ever go back to those friends who you had a connection with? And like, do y'all ever go back to those friendships? And I don't know, like, I cannot shake her. I have dreams about her. And we've never been, if anybody's thinking, like, we've never been in a sexual relationship. This is total friendship. We've never been, I'm not that. I'm not that. So it's just like, and if, you know, for my biblical scholars, like, David had his soul ties to Jonathan. So it was like when Jonathan got killed in a war, David's soul was grieved. Like, that's how they had a soul tie connection. That's how deep their friendship was. That's how much he loved him. And that's how I feel about this girl. I cannot, oh God, I can't shake it. I cannot shake it. And it's just crazy and it's insane because I went to her and we was friends when I was like 17, 18 years old. So it's like, it wasn't even while we was, oh, that's over 10 years ago. That's over 10 years ago. So it's just like, we haven't been friends for years. And I went to her one time because I needed a friend. And I went to her and she was like, these are her exact words. She said, I can't go back. So it's like, I cried for days and I've never, and I thinking about it is making me about to tear up. I cried for days and I never once had cried over a friendship like this. Even when my best friend left me recently, I did not cry the way that I cried over her. Like, never. So when I was younger, I was like, you know, super vulnerable. Like, as a kid, I was a very vulnerable kid because I had so many issues going on in my life. I was very lonely as a kid. I was extremely lonely, and I didn't realize just how lonely I was until I, like, one day I was just like, God, like, what's, you know, like, reveal to me those things that I didn't know about myself, that I can heal from and that I can grow from, that would make me a better person. And he revealed that to me. He was like, you have childhood trauma, a lot of the childhood trauma that you went through because you was a vulnerable girl. And when he really broke it down to me and I sat there and I really thought about it, I just was like, wow, like I was really vulnerable. I was very lonely. Me and my sister are 10 years apart. So it was just like, me and my sister are 10 years apart. So we didn't have anything in common. She moved out when I was like 8, you know, and she was like 18, and she had moved out into her first apartment. And I just, honestly, growing up, I didn't even feel like my sister loved me because she's 10 years older than me. She used to snitch on me all the time. Like, and we're kids, like, we're young. Even though she's 18, like, that's still pretty young. So it was just like, I just didn't feel like that she loved me. And growing up, like, I didn't have any friends or anything like that. But this one particular girl, I met her at the peak of my vulnerable state. My dad had an accident, and that's a whole nother story. But my dad had an accident, and I did not have anybody to really talk to or anything like that. And it really took a toll on me when I was young. And I met her. We met when we was in school. I just went to a new school. I did not know anybody. And I go to the school. It's super strict. And I cried every single day. Am I getting emotional? No, don't do it. Don't do it. I cried every single day. And it was hard. It was hard for me growing up in this school and going through the things that I went through. It was just tough. Like, I just had a tough time. And I met this girl and we were friends. Like, I consider her my best friend. But this girl, she was extremely insecure about herself. There was a lot going on with herself. And I took the beating for it. I was very confident as a kid. Even as a child, I was extremely confident because that's just who I was. Like, I'm just a confident person. And when I was a kid, I was just as confident. Like, I was just as confident. And sometimes that just don't rub people the right way. And I feel like it just did not rub her the right way because she wanted it. It was something that she wanted that she did not have. And I'm not going to get too in depth into her life because I'm not that type of person to spill everybody's business on why she was insecure, but she was insecure. And she bullied me. She was definitely a friend of me when we were younger. So growing up, now that I'm an adult, like, we rekindled a friendship when I was an adult. And when we was kids, like, she definitely, like, pissed me off a couple of times. More than a couple times. But I forgave her as a kid because I was just scared of being lonely. I was scared of being lonely because I was lonely majority of the time. Yeah. Now we're adults. Fast forward that. So now we're adults, and we rekindle. Like, we meet up, we rekindle our friendship and everything like that. And everything seemed to be going good. But until her birthday. So her birthday comes around and she sends me a text. She says, "Hey, I'm doing this for my birthday, da 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 da." And I'm like, "Okay, I'll be there," right? So she sends me the place on where it's at, and I'm like, okay. It's like, it's not even, it's a screenshot. It's a screenshot of the place where she wants to go for her birthday. And I'm like, okay, cool. Like, you know, cool. So I wake up that day and I didn't even want to go. That was God telling me, you don't need to go. I did not want to go. But I said, but one thing about me, if I gave you my word that I'm going to be there, then I'm going to be there. And I gave her my word. And I didn't want to I don't do no call, no shows. Like, if I'm not going to show, if I say I'm going to be somewhere and then I don't show, I will let you know that I'm not going to go. Like, I will let you know. So I didn't want to, it was her birthday, and I didn't want to, I think the year before that, I didn't go to her birthday event. So it was just like, I'm going to show up. I'm going to be a good friend, and I'm going to show up. So I went. I look cute and everything like that. That's besides the point. But I go, and she's sitting there with her best friend, and she sees me. She's like, "Oh my God, I didn't know you were going to come. I didn't know you were going to be here." And I was just like, red flag number one in my mind. Like, I told you I was going to come. That's what I'm thinking to myself. I'm like, yeah. So we go to the front, and I tell the lady who's there, I tell her my name, and she's like, "Oh, we don't see your name." And I'm thinking to myself, like, okay. So the girl, she's like, "Oh, you didn't register?" She said you didn't book or something like that, reserve or whatever the fuck. I said, no. Mind you, it's for her birthday. So that really caught me off guard. Why am I calling to reserve a spot for your birthday when you're having guests here? Don't you do that? Like, that threw me a loop. Like, what? The people there was like, "Oh, it's no thing." So, oh, no. Let me not jump. So she says, you didn't get the link that I sent you? This is when she started to play in my face. Because, bitch, you know you ain't send me no motherfucking link. You know you ain't send me no link. So I was like, no. Because I'm getting irritated. I'm like, no. So she's like, yeah. She was like, it was a link that I sent you. Da 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 da. And I'm thinking to myself, you didn't send me no link, bitch. All you did was send me a fucking screenshot of the place with the address and the phone number. It never even says in the description, it never even says that I have to reserve my own spot. It doesn't even say that. So why the fuck is you playing in my face? That's how I felt. So she's like, so the people there, so sweet, so nice, was like, "Oh, it's no problem. You can just, book now." Because I was late, baby. I didn't even want to go. I was ready to leave. Like, I was like, "Oh, no, it's fine. Like, if you want to, I'll just catch you another time. Like, I'll just catch you another time." They was like, no, it's no problem. Like, we can just book you now. Like, it's no issue. Da 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 da. So I'm like, all right. So I go and everything sits down. So on my way, it was $80-something too, by the way. $80-something that I did not even want to spend. So we go, and I'm sitting down. We go to the spot, sitting down, And she was like, I'm so sorry. I didn't know that you were coming. So then I says, well, I told you I was coming. I sent you the text and I said, I'll be there. I know, but I didn't hear anything else from you. What else did you want to hear from me? Bitch. So I'm thinking to myself, like, what else did you possibly want to hear from me? What did you want to hear from me? So we sitting there and I am irritated. I'm irritated. And when I'm irritated, it's really hard for me to shake it because I want to tell you why I'm irritated. I want to tell the person who I'm irritated with why I'm irritated. But to not be a party pooper, I'm going to keep it to myself. So me keeping it to myself, it's like a hot air balloon and it's just filling up with all this air and I'm just getting pissed off. So I'm just getting more and more mad. But so I'm trying to shake it. Her best friend is sitting here. Best friend is... Her best friend is sitting here. And they having conversations and shit like that. And I am sitting here in my phone. They're having conversations about what they did the night before. I'm sitting here in my phone. So the girl looks at me and she's like trying to include me into the conversation now. So now she's just like, oh, this is what we did last night. And she's telling me the story. And I'm like, aha, aha. Like I'm trying to laugh, but it's not the fuck funny. Like, bitch, it's a you gotta be there moment. And that's fine. Like, that's fine. Like, I fucking care. I don't care. So now she's trying to change the subject and she wants to talk about my makeup. She's like, oh, your makeup is so nice. She's like, your makeup is so beautiful. And I'm like, thank you so much. And she's like, her best friend's like, do you do other people? I'm just like, I'm getting into it. Like, I'm getting into it. Like, I don't have a strong clientele, but I'm getting into it. And she's like, oh, I'm not that dedicated, you know? Like, I just don't want an eyebrow, mascara, lip gloss, and I just go out the house. And I'm just like, oh, like, okay. Okay, like, the energy is just so weird, so off. And I'm just, like, not feeling it. Like, I'm just not feeling it. We're there, and I'm on my phone, so she's trying to include me into the conversation to talk about my makeup. No, it's just not going nowhere. So then, this is before the Renaissance concert. And I'm just like, yeah, you know, Beyonce's concert's coming up. I'm so excited. Da-da-da-da-da. She's like, not really those type of people that's into Beyonce. Like, I'm not really into Beyonce. That's when I said, you know what? Fuck this bitch. This bitch. Because now you trying to... Everything that I'm talking about, it's like you're trying to discredit it. I don't need that. I'm a badass bitch. I don't need that. So I'm like, oh, I love Beyonce. I love B. And I can't wait to the concert. I can't wait to her tour. Okay? We sit there and I'm texting my husband on the side like, babe, you wouldn't believe this shit and all of that or whatever. Jay, like, leave. My husband is just like, he's not rude, but he's very straightforward. And he's a very no bullshit kind of guy. So he's like, leave. Fuck them. Leave. So I'm like, no, I don't want to be rude and just walk out. So we sit there and I pay my money too. So we sit there and we eat the food. The food is like really, really good too. Food was really, really good. I ain't even gonna hold you. And everything like that. And when it's time like when the day is up, I was like, bye. Bye, girl. She was like, oh, see you later. Da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, bye. So, ironically, I told you my number is deleted out my phone because I had to reset my phone. So her number's gone. I don't even have her number anymore. And this is how crazy it is. So her number's going out my phone. And I can't call her, wish her happy birthday or anything like that. I don't really give a fuck anyway, honestly. But the girl who I have a soul tie with, I'm so convinced I have a soul tie with her. Even if she doesn't feel like that about me, it's on my end. And I reached out to her on Facebook and was like, hey, can I have your number? Like, my number's deleted. Like, can I have your number? She gave it to me. Because we still wish each other's birthday. We still wish each other happy birthday every single year. And it's crazy because I sat there when I didn't have her number. I sat there and was like, how am I going to wish her a happy birthday? What is wrong with me? I love that girl. Like, still to this day, I love her. And my friend, we have a mutual friend. So one of my friends was like, why don't you just tell her? Why don't you just, want to be friends with her? To me, I could never go back and say anything else to her again about being her friend. Because when we was younger and I did it, she turned me down. So now it's like, it's not really a pride thing. It's just that I don't want to get embarrassed. I'm very strong on embarrassment. To me, that's embarrassing. And I don't want to get embarrassed. So I won't do it. She's like heavy in my mind. Like, in my mind. And it's insane to me. It's insane. Have y'all ever rekindled an old friendship? Like, do y'all rekindle old friendships? Let me know in the comments. Let me know. Let me know. Like, our birthdays are 2 weeks apart. She's a Virgo. I'm a Virgo. I love that girl. Honestly say, like, when we were younger, we were young. This is about 17, 18 years old. And during that time, I really had some internal issues that I needed to iron out. I wasn't mean or anything like that, but I was extremely stubborn. And stubborn and pride goes hand in hand. I was extremely stubborn. So when I did not talk to her for a week or whatever, I was like, oh, I'm not calling her. She can call me. And I felt like that's not what friends do. Like, me now, I'm so different than me back then, obviously. But it was just like, that's how I was. Like, I didn't talk to her for so long. And then when I didn't talk to her for months, then I reached out to her. So she probably was just like, girl, bye, fuck you. Like, you ain't talked to me in how long? And now you want to reach out to me? And I told, like, me as an adult, I fucking understand that shit. Like, I understand it. I understand it. But it's just like, ooh, tell me this face don't sit. Ooh, tell me this face don't sit. But I don't think I'm going to do any setting spray today. I think I'm going to rock out. I don't think I'm going to do no setting spray. Like, I like this matte powdered look. I'm going to keep that. Can I say that I was the best friend towards her? No. Not at all times. I couldn't say that. But you learn from experience. I'll go with a dramatic lash today. My eye is going to be really... Add these eyelashes out. I think my cat did something with them. Legit. Go back to when my numbers was deleted on my phone. Because I really was devastated that those numbers was deleted on my phone. But God just was like, I'm going to remove these people so you can add more numbers into your phone. People that's actually meaningful to you and mean well by you. And I have friends now, not a lot. The circle is extremely small, not a lot, but it's just like sometimes I kind of wish that I like had, you know, like a little cushion. Like I don't have a lot of people to talk to, and I think that that's like why cry sessions, like if that makes sense. Like one day I will be good, but then like because I don't talk a lot to people, I feel like I can't talk to people because I feel like people do not relate to my situations. And like that's like my prayer. Like I want people in my life that can relate to situations that I've been through. I feel like the people, my friends, they can't relate to the situations that I've been through. When it comes to the friend area, it's hard. I don't trust a lot of people. It's hard. It's really hard for me. I've had people do me dirty, backstab me, leave me without warning. Literally talked to them one day, the next day I did not. People. And it's just like, that's why I just don't fuck with people. Like, I don't fuck with a lot of people. And I can't. How they look? Do they look okay? Like, I don't like eyelashes, like, right there at the corner. 'Cause they always poke me. Like, they always poke me. Oh, I like that. Oh, I like that. Oh, I think they like me. I think I'm going to actually make it a little bit more dramatic. And I think I'm going to bring it down just a little bit. Because the face card don't decline. Alright, so this is the final look. I had to fix my eyebrows because they was wiped off from me doing my makeup. But let me know in the comments, like, do you guys have that one friend that you are just like, you're not friends anymore, but you're just like attached to them, like you just can't let them go. They always have a place in your heart. Let me know in the comments, like, am I the only one who goes through this? I can't be the only one that goes through this. I can't be. I hope you guys like, love, or hate this video. Let me know in the comments. I will see you guys next time, and I love you guys. Have a great day. Bye.